So that's our thinking for building on the infrastructure in the middle. We can obviously build this at a very large scale because we're building on the work of the FAR Institute and the ADRC project. So for instance, the database system here is like £1.5 million with IBM DB2. We have clusters and data centers and all of the paraphernalia, firewall, security, ISO 27001, all the things to sort of manage that. However, there are more options. These NRDA devices, we are deploying 15 of these out into the world. So another option would be either for all the cohorts or some of the cohorts or some sort of mixture of it, where actually we could deploy an NRDA appliance out with a cohort, and clearly it would do the same thing of data management and data catalog and data quality and all the things described over here, and the user would still interact with it. But one of the things about the data appliances is they've been told or they've been coded to have the ability to share their data with other data appliances. So we could set up a share rule between here and the one in the middle. So this would allow a cohort that wasn't really into sharing, for want of a better word, to maintain its data, and then only when it's in a collaborative project, it could basically choose to share its data with another part of the UK Dementia platform, maybe another cohort. At that point, although this will have its own database in it, where the data is stored, at that point the data is the appropriate parts of the data are transmitted over here and included here, and are included for analysis in the sort of joint study. So this would allow parts of the data rather than all of the data to be stored in the middle on a per project basis, because obviously you've still got access control here. The other thing that I didn't mention is we've got the trusted third party to do probabilistic linkage. Well, every appliance has the ability to act as a trusted third party. Therefore, you could load multiple cohorts here and do probabilistic linkage on your own data, store it in a repository, and have anonymous access to your own data all within this appliance. So that's another use case or another benefit to a cohort perhaps. But in this instance, we want to enable sharing, so it's about sharing the data there. Because we're doing the data catalog thing, even if we did this model and we weren't sharing, we could definitely send or share the data catalog, which is just the metadata describing the data set, not the actual data set. So that your cohort data, even though it doesn't exist in the middle, its entry in the global in the data catalog is still there. So this would still enable the entire platform to have visibility of your data and the metadata about and the characteristics of your data set without actually having your data set. And then just have that data set based on an agreement you may have for a specific project.